Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where I am going to be predicting all of the NFL 2026 playoffs. I'm going to go ahead and go from left to right here, so starting with Panthers-Rams and finishing the wild card of Patriots-Chargers. Alright, so Panthers-Rams. The Panthers did beat the Rams the first time they faced off, but I think the Rams are going to look a bit better this time, and I think the Panthers are probably going to look worse, unless Bryce Young has another amazing game like he did against the Rams. Matthew Stafford looked like he was on the up last week. Meanwhile, Carolina barely dragged themselves into the playoffs after the Falcons won, which let them win the division. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams. Next up, we have Eagles-49ers. The Eagles' defenses looked great, but their offenses looked spotty at best. The 49ers' offenses looked good, besides Week 18 against the Seahawks. The Eagles have a good defense, and if they can keep the 49ers contained like the Seahawks did last week, I think the Eagles will come out with a victory. Now we have Bears-Packers. The Packers have been dealing with a lot of injuries. The Bears barely lost to the Lions. Packers did just lose to the Vikings, but they were benching their starters, so this game, being a divisional game, could go either way, but I see the Bears beating the Packers. Next up, we have Steelers-Texans. Steelers barely nudged out a win over the Ravens in Week 18 off of the missed kick by the Ravens kicker. I forget his name off the top of my head. The Texans beat the Colts in Week 18, 38-30. Texans defenses looked great. The Steelers defense had some strange play calling in Week 18, but they did okay for most of the game. But I think the Texans are just a better team all around, and they're going to get the win there in the wild card round. Next up, we have Jaguars-Bills. The Jaguars' offenses looked fairly good throughout the last few weeks. The Bills has also looked good off the backs of Josh Allen and James Cook. If Josh Allen has another one of his masterclass games, I think the Bills win. But if the Jaguars can keep Josh Allen contained, I think that they would win, and this one could go either way too. The Jaguars are at home, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take them there. Next up, we have Patriots-Chargers. Chargers have a bad offensive line that the Patriots could try and the Patriots could try to use that to their advantage, but their defensive line hasn't, as far as I'm aware, hasn't been the best, at least on pass rush. Chargers have a pretty good offense and a pretty good defense. Patriots have a pretty great offense and their defense is pretty good. And this one is also just another one where it could go either way. But with the Chargers being banged up and Justin Herbert being banged up, I think I'm going to take the Patriots with this one. Alright, next up we have the divisional round of games, starting with the Rams-Seahawks game. Seahawks beat the Rams most recently. Sam Darnold looked a lot better in that game than he did the first time they matched up. Seahawks will have this one at home as well. Rams haven't looked as good the last 4 or so weeks, so I think the Seahawks are going to come away with this win. Sam Darnold's going to get a playoff win, I think. Next up, we have the rematch of Eagles-Bears for the second time they'll face off this season. Eagles' defense will try to keep the Bears contained, but I think that their offense could potentially find a way to get around it like they did earlier this season. But I think with just how young the Bears roster is, and the Eagles being more experienced in the playoffs, that they'll go ahead and come into Chicago and get the victory. Meanwhile, in the AFC, we got Jaguars-Patriots is game 1, and Texans-Broncos is game 2. Jaguars-Patriots, both offenses have looked good, both defenses have looked okay. The Patriots will be hosting this game against the Jaguars. I think if Drake May balls out against the Jaguars defense, that this could end up being a bit of a shootout between the two teams. But I think the Patriots will come out on top. And there's definitely no bias there from me being a Patriots fan. Texans-Broncos. Texans offense has looked a little bit better than the Broncos, and the Texans have the number 1 ranked defense in the entire league. Texans will, however, be going into Denver, so it will make it harder for the Texans. And I think this will be a low-scoring game with both defenses playing really well, probably both teams under 20 points, maybe at 20 points. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Denver Broncos 17-14. Next up, we have Eagles-Seahawks. Seahawks offenses looked way better than the Eagles, but the Eagles' defenses looked great. Seahawks defense played great against the 49ers in Week 18. Probably in this prediction played great against the Rams. And the Seahawks have had to go through less games up to this point. This one could be a toss-up either way. But I think if Sam Darnold really takes that next step, I think they will beat the Eagles and advance to the Super Bowl. Next up, with the AFC Conference Championship, we have the Patriots taking on the Broncos. Broncos hosting. Broncos defense will probably, unfortunately, be able to hold the Patriots offense down for the most part. And even though the Broncos offense isn't that great, I think they probably will perform just ever so slightly better with the Bronco defense being very good. This will be another low-scoring game, probably like 20-ish to 17. Maybe like 23-17 Broncos. But I think they're going to win and advance to the Super Bowl. And I know it's boring having both 1 seeds make the Super Bowl, but they were the best team in their conference for a reason. So, obviously they're good. Now we have a rematch of I forget what Super Bowl it was, but the Seahawks and Broncos face off. And I think, personally, in this Super Bowl that I have come up with, that the Broncos defense should be able to hold Sam Darnold back, and the Seahawks offense, as long as Jackson Smith-Njigba doesn't ball out on their secondary, which I think he could do. I think the Broncos are going to come away with this in a potentially low-scoring Super Bowl to win it all in Bo Nix's second season. But he's got a really, really good supporting cast, so I mean it makes sense. And the Broncos are my Super Bowl pick for 2025. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to leave a like if you did, and obviously tune into the next one because it's probably going to be better than this.